Hey guys, Pope here, back with another coaching video. This time doing a VOD review of Nuke Master 9000, who is playing in pretty low elo. The account is relatively new, and I think this is gonna be a great VOD review for people just getting into jungle, just getting into League maybe. I haven't seen this VOD yet, but I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of different things to point out. But first of all, when we're loading to a game, we're playing jungle, we want to check our lanes. Malphite, Azir, Lucian, and Senna on our team, and see what the lane states might look like. I'm not going to go over all of it here, but for the most part, like, we're looking for things like melee into melee. So in this case, we have, for example, Malphite's playing into Aatrox. That's a lane that's probably going to be more volatile, so that's something we're thinking about. But in general, when we're playing jungle, we're going to want to path towards our bot laners. But yeah, let's see how you clear as see how you clear as Kayn. And just before the game's getting started, guys, if you do enjoy this type of content, I have a Discord. It's in the bio on my YouTube. So, if you want to get better at the game, if you want to be part of a community that I'm starting to grow, that wants to get better at the game, hey, feel free to check it out. I'm gonna be doing a ton of this type of content. So, all right. First things first. Gonna just tell you a few things. I'll just pause it quick. Your HUD is way too big. Go to the settings and turn that all the way down to like 10, okay, or below 10. It might feel a bit weird at first, but this information will still be there, right? All you're mainly doing most of the time is just taking quick glances at your cooldowns to see what's up and what's not. The other thing, get rid of this. This recommended path stuff. It's going to be better if you just ignore that. A lot of the time it'll tell you kind of weird incorrect stuff. So yeah, definitely want to be able to know the paths ourselves. Obviously start of the game as well, like you're just kind of chilling. It's not like the end of the world, but against certain comps, we're going to want to defend our own jungle, right? So, all right, let's see how we clear. We're going to start red buff here, starting bot for a leash. I don't think it's terrible. Kayn a lot of the time can do raptors as a solo start. Okay. So you want to use your your abilities on cooldown. Just gonna go back a little bit. So first things first, as Kayn with your Q, right? So Kayn has two parts of his Q. It's like the dash and then where he actually spins in a circle, both of which deal damage. Okay, you can actually kind of cancel that animation by dragging yourself and the buff over by this wall. So you kind of have the buff standing here attacking, and you're queuing into the wall this way, and everything is hitting, right? It's going to speed up that animation. In this case as well, you see smite value 600. The HP of the camp is 525. By smiting the camp here, you're losing 75 damage right away. You're already down 75 damage on your clear. So make sure to smite at 600 or above 600 to get the full value of smite. As well, we want to be using our abilities on cooldown. So in this case, if you just held smite, you auto attack plus Q. This thing is going to be basically dead, and you would have smite up for whatever your next camp is going to be. Obviously, we want to make sure we're hitting the entire camp with our Q as well. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit in a Kayn full clear, and I'll show you what that can look like. Okay, that was a better cue. So let's use our camera a bit more. There you go. Good. Right as I said it. Good. Good. Yeah, keep checking those lanes. So as well, try to drag your camp. I'm gonna pause here for a second. You're standing right here, finishing your camp. If you wanted to go towards bot lane, for example, right after you're done your camp, you could be dragging your camp that way, finishing it. And as well, I know you can go through walls, but instead of standing here and then finishing your the baby Krugs, you could pull it all the way out here, finish them, and go through this wall this way. Just saves time. Might sound a bit nitpicky, but like these are the things that we want to do when we're jungling. I know I'm pausing a whole lot. There's just a lot to say, and I really recommend probably watching this a few times. But again, I'll show you Kayn clear. You know, one of the mistakes that I see low elo junglers making is, you know, basically, you like in this case you started red, you did Raptors, then you did Krugs. The thing is, if you actually think about the way that you walked towards Raptors, then you went down to Krugs, and now you're walking back this way again through here, right? So you're wasting a lot of time just in walking kind of back and forth throughout the jungle. These are just some minor optimizations that we can make in the jungle. I don't know how often you play Kayn, because some of this is like, you know, Kayn specific, but even here, instead of putting a point in your W, if you're going to full clear, put 2 points in Q. It'll actually speed up that clear. Okay. So we see tops being shoved in. You're doing a good job of checking lanes. Like in this instance, you know, you're kind of low just because the clear hasn't been done super well. Like here, I want to see you already kiting Gromp out this way. You should already be kiting out this way. You'd never want to kill a camp when it's sitting where it spawned. You can definitely fight him. Okay. Auto, nice job. Okay, so like really good job getting the kill. Just a few mistakes mechanically. So I'll just pause it here in a second. Okay, so we see that he's charging up his W. He's obviously wants to dash at you to stun. All you have to do is just play this slow, right? Because now that he's committed himself to his W, he can't hold the charge forever, or the channel forever. It's gonna go down. So if you just kind of like, you know, walk back and forth around, just like do whatever you want here, as soon as that W's down, he can't fight you at all. So the only reason why this fight is close is because you kind of, you know, Q into his W. So you're missing your Q damage and you're letting him hit what he wants. Otherwise, it's a good fight. Yeah, good job. And you get the crab. Awesome. Okay, so my question for you is, and this is great, this is really good for people that are new to jungle or you want to learn jungle. Pausing right here, this is a bit of an inflection point in the game. It's an important point in the game. You've just killed jungle, right? Your whole jungle's down, crab is down, but Viego is level 3, right? It's not showing right now because he's spawning, but he's actually level 3, meaning he didn't do one of these camps. However, he did had red buff up, meaning he's obviously showed top side, so he definitely started bot. So one of his camps is down. The most likely camp that's down is Krugs. That would be my guess. But what you should be doing is pressing tab. And if you press tab right now, I guarantee you that Viego will have 20 CS, right? 20 CS, because each camp equals 4 CS. Okay, so if he did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4, right? If he did 5 camps times 4 CS per camp, he should have 20. So if you press tab right now and he has 20, right? You know for a fact that probably his Krugs are up. Maybe he didn't do Raptors, but for sure you could actually check his jungle here. Maybe check Raptors, or if you wanted, you could go straight bot for Crab. But here I prefer actually checking his jungle to see what's up. And as well, I really like, and I hope you don't go for bot Crab. And the reason why I say that is because you have 1300 gold. You could get a lot of tempo on Viego here by just spacing, spend all of this gold, and then you know that his bot side is spawning because that's where he started. You have a huge lead on Viego now. I really think if you reset and go to his bot side, you would have a huge advantage, especially because you have priority in your bot lane. So let's see what you do. Okay, so you're going to your bottom camps again. Okay, obviously we don't want to be missing our Qs, but that, I mean, you know that. You see the problem here now is you're low, you haven't spent your gold. Viego's now coming back out on the map. You've basically delayed your own time getting back out of the map by like 30 seconds. So imagine right now you could be coming out, right, with the exact same buy that you're probably going to have, and you could be already on the map. You'll clear your camps way faster. You'll put pressure on Viego way faster. You can maybe go check this Crab, right? So just make sure to base, spend that gold, then clear those camps a second time. So let's see what we do here. Okay, we go for... Okay, so let me go back. So in this case you have 1300 gold, pretty sure. Oh, sorry, you have almost 1500 gold, right? So Kayn really likes to go for, well, you have your build up here, right? So going for Gourd Drinker is really nice. I want to see you rush the whip pretty much 100% of the time. So if you bought that, you would still have 300 gold left over, almost 400 gold left over. Then you could buy, you know, a ruby, you could buy a longsword, you could get a refillable potion that sits up here in your shop. Okay, I don't want to see you buying, you know, not buying damage on your first back, especially when you have a lead. Okay, so you come out of base. Use your E. Okay, there's Viego. Use your E through like the wall down here to come out of base faster. Okay, it'll be up for you in no time, and you'll just get on the map way faster. So here, Viego has shown he's level 4. He came from bot side clearly. Okay, he probably has done bot Crab at least, maybe at least one other camp in his bot side. But this is where you want to press tab. Again, we knew before he would have 20 CS. Now, because he's done Crab, he'll for sure have at least 24. But if you check and he has 28, you'll know he's also done, you know, one of these two camps. Okay, that's just really helpful information. It may sound confusing at first, but it's really simple math, just multiples of 4, and you can start to track what Viego has done. I want to see you doing that right away. The other thing I want to point out about like you doing your Raptor camp and then basing and now coming back to where you are is that you're limiting yourself in what you can do on the map right now, right? Because like, yes, there's something maybe you can look for bottom, probably not, because their enemies are shoved in. But the thing is, now you had one camp up bot. Now you've done that. Now you're kind of just, you know, as you can see, you're kind of just wandering around without anything to do, right? You're just going back towards top now. So in a way, you see how much time was wasted just going bottom here. Now you're walking all the way up towards, you know, your wolves again. So Again, some of this may sound confusing as to like, oh my goodness, how do I know which camps to do when? The idea is simply set yourself up in such a way that you never just have like one thing to do in a part of the map, okay? Don't be afraid to spend your gold. Like even here, you have like 1,000 gold. I would be thinking my 1,100 gold mark is going to be where I want to go back to base. Get that iron spike whip. Okay, gonna gank top. So this is really sketchy because Aatrox could have ult. We're not sure. Okay. So again, instead of walking all the way back bottom, let's spend the gold you have here, 1,100. You get that iron spike whip. You can then you can come to your bot side. I like your camera movement. I think that's one of the strengths of you as a player. It's looking really good. Really good camera movement. Okay. Yeah, let's do red. Let's do red. Then I want to see you do Krugs so that we can at least have chained together some camps. You'll have 6 at that point. Okay, the other thing that I notice you have a bit of a habit sometimes, you're clicking with your mouse actually to level up. Use your control R, control Q, whatever it is. It's going to be faster. And there's going to be times where you level up in a fight and you need to quickly level up that ability. Okay, so again, I know I sound like a broken record, but we're at 1,600 gold. If you backed and just bought a few items, you'll be way, 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 way stronger. Okay, so Viego just hit the plant. Yeah, we know that Viego is like right here. He just hit plant. So here's a bit of a tip again. As you can see, like you're kind of standing around a little bit. Here's a bit of a tip and a way to think about it, right? Kayn excels at farming. He excels at securing objectives, especially against a jungler that is somewhat weak, or at least that you have a lead on. In this instance, you know that Viego, you have a lead on him. If you, like the second that he hits Blast Plant, like you see the little like vision thing kind of come this way. I don't know if you saw it in game. I saw it on the map. As soon as you see that, you know that Viego is, for example, right here, right? Imagine if you insta-base, spent this, and ran straight to Herald. You're coming out with like so much power, and you can go to the place where you currently have top lane priority. As you can see, Malphite's pushed in. This is the way I want you to start thinking. What are just the free things on the map, especially as a new player. There's some more complex things I've been talking about, like counting CS, but especially as a new player, I really want to see you start to just take what's free. Basically, I think one of your biggest faults is that you don't totally seem sure of what to do. Okay, so bot lane is just hard winning. Instead of doing your own camps here, this is perfect time. Just go straight to Herald, my man. Go straight to Herald, or better yet, I mean, not necessarily better yet, but another option is to go into his top side as well. Right, see what he might have up. So here you're kind of letting Viego, in a way, get like a free death because you're not really punishing him for any of that, if that makes sense. Okay, let's skip ahead a bit, see what you do. Okay, so we look top. The only reason why I don't like this again is because you're just a base Kayn, and you're trying to go fight an ulting Aatrox. You'll just never win that. And plus, you just have so much gold on you. I see this issue a lot. I'm going to keep pointing it out throughout the game. You're not spending your gold in time. Okay. Remember to E through the wall as you're coming out of base. I'm happy with what you bought. You still have 400 gold, by the way. Like, you still have 400 gold coming out of base. Never buy these pots, and never buy 2 control wards. You can buy 1, that's fine, but you never want to buy 2 pots. If you want potions, buy a refillable, but this is too much as far as consumables go. You're wasting a lot of gold at that point. Okay. Okay, I mean, let's do the crab. I like that you're checking his jungle, but being a little too slow, a little too passive. They could be on Rift Herald here. Okay, no, Aatrox is back in lane. I doubt that Viego's doing it. I would be looking to do Dragon with your very, very, very strong bot lane, who are super hard winning. I mean, you're kind of walking around the crab like... Okay, ult. You can go through the wall. Okay. It was messy, but it worked out. Okay. Again, you have 1,000 gold, and you have Kayn form. Let's think about, in this situation, I'm not actually that concerned about Dragon. I would just insta-base here, spend my gold, get that upgraded form, get red Kayn, and you're going to be so strong. Always be thinking about what are the easiest power spikes you can get, because in this situation, I was just gonna say, you're teasing Ahri to come and mess with you, and you're not even remotely as strong as you could be. Okay, and then let's use remember to use our whip active. It will damage neutrals. Okay, I mean, this isn't, like, doing this isn't the worst, but again, I want you to spend this gold. You should already be red Kayn by now, for sure. Yeah, you just checked. You're now like 400. If you do this camp and you do Krugs, you're going to be like 600 gold past your mythic, which is way too much. You're denying your own spike by a lot. Okay, at least you're basing here. Still way too late, and I hope you kind of see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can't buy boots because, yeah, again, you're buying pots. You're wasting a lot of gold on these pots. If you buy refillable, it's 150, right? 150 gold. 150 gold, and you will it'll just refill for you, right? I haven't checked, but you've probably spent 300 gold, I would guess, on pots this game. Okay. Good pinging. Good awareness of where Viego might be going. But again, I want to see you start to push this lead. You are strong. Okay. Okay. Good. You got ult flash. Now the play's dead. The play's dead. You're staying in lane too long. The play is dead after you get the sums and the ult from Aatrox. Let's just get out of there. Jungle is all about tempo. It's all about doing things fast. The way you can think about it is like you're literally speed running League of Legends, right? So Yeah, even this ward, you're wasting a lot of time. You should already basically, since the time you've gone top, you could basically have cleared your entire topside jungle already. Okay, camera. I want to see camera mid here. You can't see what's going on at all. Okay, you got to be careful. Yeah. So in a way, that was just you not having your camera mid, and you couldn't fully see what was going on. Okay, I mean, Senna's doing things. You should get in there and help her. Okay. Okay, we definitely misplayed that. So, was a good attempt. I think you're a bit too passive at the start, but I'll just show you. Okay, so you walk up here. So you have smite, by the way. So instead of just pathing down this way, you should be I think you could have pathed in such a way, especially with her in stasis around here, and you could just smite to kill her. So if you're a bit quicker in that sense, I think you would have been fine. This should have been a double kill. Okay, so you land your W. Awesome. Great job. I want to see you, because he's airborne. He cannot move for this time. I want you to auto attack, then use a spell, right? Can be auto attack R, or it could be auto attack Q. In this case, your Q is on cooldown. So, and you have smite. So in this case, actually, I want to see you auto attack, then smite, then use your R, okay? That's how you're going to get the max amount of damage, and especially because he's CC'd, he can't go anywhere. The other thing is, you decide to exit your ult this way, but you can see already, if you're just a bit more patient, you could see he's trying to walk this way, right? If he walks this way, he's just dead. Like, you'll be able to chase him. The only way he can get away from you is if he gets to his tower. So just think about, cutting off his best form of escape. Close. Okay, it was a good try. I think the effort was good. The intention was there, but we can definitely clean that up a little bit. Just to say again, I don't think I've seen you press tab much this game. I really, really, really want to see you press tab. Okay, that was alt flash from her. Okay. Okay, I mean, good try. I think there's times, like, if you want to tell me later, you definitely can. I think there's times where you don't realize if your abilities are on or off cooldown, right? Because she just walks into the bush here. You could have just walked in, auto attack, use your W. You can then E through the wall. You also have a control ward up. In these sticky situations, just ward the bush, right? You'll have vision the whole time. So here, if you had warded the bush, you could, hit her. The other thing is you're still also not using your active on your item. Really, really important. This is a perfect game to analyze, especially for like anyone else that might be watching. These are a lot of the mistakes that a lot of lower elo junglers will make, game in, game out. So these habits are really, really good to be pointing out. Yeah, let's speed it up a bit. So we come out of base. Aatrox is probably the last guy we want to mess with right now. Okay. So, again, I mean, a lot of indecision, not totally sure what to do. What I'm going to prescribe for you is literally every single time you come out of base right now, I want you to look at what camps you have up, and especially if you have a full quadrant up like you do on your blue side right now, I want you to just do it. Okay, get the freest gold that you possibly can, in a way that is what playing jungle is all about. At higher levels, it changes a bit, but especially in low elo, it's just about getting as much gold for free as possible. Most of the time, that will be your camps. Good job. Okay, so we got an advantage, right? We wanna fight. Let's look at the map. What can we do, right? Because I can see like you're kind of walking around. You're not totally sure where to go. Dragon's up. You have almost every single camp up, right? Viego is not dead, but Crab is up. You can maybe check one of his camps. If I'm you, I think you've not been farming nearly as much this game. I think you should just take your camps. So the second you win a fight, I want to see you being decisive. Okay, instead of just walking around, look at what you have up. I want you beeline, boom, straight to Gromp, and you're gonna clear all the way down. You're gonna hit a base. You're gonna come out really strong. Okay, that's where I'd like to see you start. So let's see what you do. Okay, so Aatrox shows top, so we know where 3 are, right? They could be on Dragon, by the way. They could be. Like, we don't fully know where their jungle is. Okay, there he is. He just showed. So Viego showed bot. We gotta be, definitely, just as a reminder, gotta be pressing tab more. Got to keep track of CS. That will take time, but it might feel weird. You might get confused. You might get it wrong, but that's okay. We just want to be learning. Okay. Again, you're starting to hold a lot of gold, right? 1,400 so far. Okay, you can ping, just as a reminder, this is kind of a new thing. If you just like blue ping, like, you know, the anonymous, just like regular ping, when the ward got placed, just like literally right here on the other side of the wall, you can blue ping that. It will give you 5 gold, and it'll show like a little circle, or basically a little red circle with like a ward icon in there. That's my ward icon, just ends up looking like a cross, I guess. And it'll notify you, hey, this place is warded. You'll even get 5 gold for it. So get into the habit of doing that too. Okay. So yeah, I mean, as we can see again, right, just a lot of walking back and forth, not totally sure what to do. I like that you are deciding to do Dragon here. Your team is want to fight. Always asking yourself, right? Where's the easiest objective? Where's the easiest jungle camps to get? What's the easiest gold that I can possibly get? What's the biggest power spike that I can possibly get, right? So you just took Dragon. So in this case, I would say, what is your next biggest power spike? Well, you have 1,600. I would say it's a component, some type of component, and also you're really close to level 11, which is going to upgrade your ult, right? So these are the things we're thinking about. So if I'm in your position, I'm playing this game state, I'm wanting to, you know, base at some point really soon to get that component, and I'm wanting to get my upgraded ult for, you know, maybe a Baron fight or whatever next fight might happen. This is the way you should be thinking the whole time. Yeah, we'll speed it up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, camera should be mid there, because we don't know if, like, exactly what's going on. Okay, I mean, it was a good try. Yeah, just want you to leave here. Yep. Okay. So losing that flash it's all on you for sure, man, because we got like 2,000 gold now. Lots of opportunity to back. Like 2,000 gold is like 2/3 of a full item that you don't have, where you could just be using that to bash Viego over the head with. No, I mean, we're kind of going top, not totally sure what to do. Okay, I'm glad that you're doing a camp, but again, like, you could cut out probably, you know, at least 1/3 of this gameplay is you kind of just not totally sure what to do. I think if we can hone you down and just get you focused on specific things that you want to be doing pretty much 100% of the time, you will skyrocket in your skill level, because you are simply going to win just a lot more games just straight up, because you will just have like 50 more CS. You'll be an entire item up on yourself. Okay, looking for Viego, but you don't realize that he's fighting. So again, this is a bit of map awareness. Okay, good job cleaning that up. But again, we need to base here. 2,400 gold is you should never ever be sitting on even half this amount and still trying to fight. Okay. Okay, please base after this, please. See, you're just not able to help at nearly as much as you could. You're basically sitting on very close to a full completed item. I'm glad to see you farming a bit more, which is good. I will say that. Okay, so all your camps are down except for red. You got outplayed by Scuttle Crab, but don't worry, I still get outplayed by Scuttle Crab pretty much all the time. Okay, I want to see you just disengage this. We're not sure where everyone is. Yeah. So again, so you are buying. I just want us to appreciate this for a second. Let me just go back. So when you start buying, right here, you are at 3,000 gold. I know this is blocking it. Yeah, here we go. 29.94. Black Cleaver, one of the most expensive items in the game, costs 3,100. Right? You're 100 off of just being able to outright buy Cleaver. Imagine if you were, you know, roaming around the map, taking your camps, taking Dragon, looking for objectives, trying to help fight, and you had these 3 components in your inventory as well. Right? You would be so much stronger. You would have way more cooldowns up because this gives so much haste. It's a lot of AD. It's a lot more sustain, right? It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. I don't want anyone watching this to underestimate this. Okay, let's skip ahead to your spawn. Okay. So again, not many camps up right now. At least you've spent your gold. I'll move this. Let's look towards, you know, trying to coordinate our team around Dragon, around Baron, some type of objective. Definitely 25 minutes into the game, we're definitely at the point where Baron is a real possibility. Again, I don't know how fed like Ari or Aatrox are, for instance, because I don't think that you've pressed tab yet this game. And that's going to be a big deal because we're just not sure, you know, what enemy power spikes are, right? That basic information will be really, really helpful to you. Okay, flash, good flash. So in this situation, yeah, we could use E to get into the wall. Nice. Big ult from Malphite here. Okay. So let me just go back a little bit. So here, I don't mind that you're kind of fishing. The only thing is that I'll say is that we only see Ahri, right? And if Dragon is up and pretty much your whole team is congregated here, you don't see any of them on the map except for their mid laners sitting here. You can be pretty sure that they might be here, they might be here, they might be here, okay? So just, focusing on Ahri could actually put yourself in a pretty bad situation, which kind of does happen to you. Okay, so you look and suddenly you've queued into a bad spot, right? You get rooted and almost knocked up and all that type of stuff. I like the flash away, by the way. I think that was good. Okay. So again, just to point out, I don't think you're using your Gore Drinker active. And again, I'll point out what that looks like a little bit after the VOD review. But this is gonna give you a lot of sustain, actually, especially low health. You queue onto 2 people. If you queue and instantly press your item, Gore Drinker in this case, you'll deal a bit more damage and you'll actually get a bunch of healing. It'll help you stay alive a bit more. So there's definitely some mechanical things to work on, but I mean, not to worry at all. I know for a fact you'll get there. Okay, let's go back to your spawn. So they get Dragon. Again, I want to see you eating through that wall. Just to point out again, you're buying too many control words. You're buying too many pots. As well, it's a good idea. I don't know because, you haven't pressed tab, so we can't see what trinkets your teammates have. But it's a good idea to think about scanner as well. Okay. Game's almost over here. Let's see how it ends. And then I'll hop into the practice tool and I'll show you a Kayn clear. And I'll show you what it looks like to use Gore Drinker. Okay, camera should be mid. They're fighting. Camera mid, camera mid. Okay, we can't totally see what's going on, right? Definitely gotta have your camera there. Okay. So doesn't look like we're totally sure what to do. This late in the game, if a bunch of your teammates die, they're probably going to do Baron, so I would not be surprised if that was the case right now. So, instead of doing Raptors here, I would be going there. Obviously, Viago is not, so that is good for you. So you got to dodge this Charm. Okay. Charm has been dodged. You can get a bit more aggressive. And we got to watch Zyra's E. Oh, you could have ulted Viago there. I like that you're trying to defend the tower. If you get into a sticky situation, don't be afraid to just ult someone, and that will stall for a few seconds. Okay, so looks like that's pretty much the end of the VOD. I don't know, how the game concludes, but there was more than enough here to go over. So I just want to reiterate, go for the easiest gold on the map, right? Clear those camps, look for those objectives. I just want you to really don't get distracted. Like, if there's times where you're not sure what to do, just go back to basics, right? What is the freest gold right now? Maybe sometimes that might be one of your laners died and you should go pick up the wave that's crushing their tower. Most of the time, it's going to be getting your own camps. The other thing is, I want you to go into practice tool and practice your Kayn clear or whatever jungle that you're clearing on. There's a lot of small optimizations that you can make. It'll make you faster, healthier, all the sort. As well, you gotta be pressing tab. I don't think you press tab one time this game, and like I don't say that to like flame or anything like that. Just as a matter of fact, we have to be pressing tab because it's gonna provide you so much information. But yeah, I'll cut right now and I'll show you what it looks like to clear on Kayn. All right, I'm gonna show you the Kayn clear. Kayn has a few different clears, but I'm just gonna show you guys really simple clear on Kayn that is really good for beginners. So you're gonna always auto, Q, auto. I want you to drag the camp this way until you're kind of standing by this wall, and you're gonna Q like this. You can probably drag it even a little bit more, and you're gonna Q into the wall because that will actually cancel like the animation. Okay. Level E. We're gonna auto kite it. Smite this camp. Okay. And then you notice how I'm dragging the camp up this way, and you can Q them all down. Okay. No, this is not a perfect optimized Kayn clear. This is strictly for beginners. So you're gonna auto the camp, or you're gonna auto the small one to pull it together, just like I did, and then you Q through everything. Q through everything. Kill that one, and we're gonna go to wolves. Okay. Full clear, put 2 points in your Q. Auto, Q, auto. And we're gonna auto it down, and we're gonna start kiting in the direction that I want to go. Right? You see how I'm trying to go towards blue, so I'm actually kiting the camp up this way, right? Auto, Q, auto. Kite it around, kite it around. Now we can do the same thing to this wall where we kind of cancel the animation. All right. Then we're going to pull it in the direction we want to go. Auto, Q, auto. Okay. We can smite Gromp as well. There you go. That is your Kayn clear. Really easy, leashless, 330. You're going to be almost full HP. You can pop that pot if you want. It'll be right as crab spawns, okay? That is the easy Kayn clear. Okay, this is going to be the more advanced Kayn clear, and you're going to start raptors for this one, all right? So in this case, I'll just spawn the camps. Just follow what I do. Just pretend basically it's 1:30 when the camps spawn. So we're going to auto, Q, drag everything together, okay? Always auto the big one. We don't need to auto the small ones at all. Q through. Now we're gonna E through the wall, and we're actually gonna go to our Krugs here. Okay. Auto it down. We're not gonna smite this camp. Keep autoing this down. We're going to our red. Okay. So here, auto, Q, auto. Then we're going to do something very similar. Drag the camp to the wall. And as you can see, we are just going to use this wall to cancel that Q animation. There you go. Now we're going to go to wolves. So we E through. Didn't quite get through it all, but that's okay. Auto, Q, auto. Auto it down. See, Kayn, if you're using your E to go through the wall, in a way you can double back on yourself as far as your pathing. But for the most part, You do not want to do that on jungle champions. Oops, cancel an auto. As you can see, I can definitely make mistakes. But as long as we are doing this the proper way, should be fine. Okay, it's kind of low. I'm going to start pulling it. Auto Q auto. We're going to set ourselves up on the wall. We're canceling that animation. All right. We can start to pull. There you go. As well, that was one smite, right? So if you do that clear, you can have smite up for crap. So that's a bit more of an advanced Kayn clear, but there's a few options. Okay, now I just want to show you a quick example with Gore Drinker. So Gore Drinker can be cast like during a lot of animations, or you know, even in a way you could spam it if you want to, and it'll go off when it goes off. But generally, you want to combine it with within some type of, you know, spell. For example, Kayn's Q is really good, so you could just literally Q on top of people. That's fine, but you obviously don't want to be missing out on this damage at all, which I see that you are pretty often. So we want to be Q and using Gore Drinker at the same time. So as you can see, both things are going off. So just as an example, that's Q 290. This is Q plus Gore Drinker. Q Gore Drinker, right? I auto attacked afterwards too. So there's a few things that you can do here, right? You can auto Q Gore Drinker auto, and that's a lot of damage, as you can tell, right? Obviously they'll have resistances. This dummy doesn't have any resistances, but that's the type of thing we want to be doing, right? So auto Q Gore Drinker auto. Okay, it's a lot of damage, right? You can definitely put it in other combos. You could, like, you know, W Gore Drinker auto. You know, there's a few things that you can do, but just make sure that we're using this. That's just an example. The prettiest one for sure, auto Q Gore Drinker auto. It's a lot of damage. So just go into practice tool, practice that. You should be okay. Alright guys, well, if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a like and a sub. I'm going to be doing this type of content a lot, and hey, if you want to be cleansed on the Rift, if you want to help save this game, and, you know, join a community of people that want to get better, that you know, want to get rid of the toxicity that is in League of Legends, then look no further. And I would love if you join the Discord and just support however you can. It just helps me continue to do this, and I'm excited for more. Hope you are too. Pope out.